Next question.
I just want to say thanks for coming back. I'm glad. Just loved writing everything else, but I was curious about voice work and how you guys develop voice for the end of the
I just speak like myself. I am the one person that when they look at me and ask if I will do another voice, I get all hot and sweaty and a little bit scared. These guys are unbelievable. These guys are this was my first animated experience, and to watch all of them work in their, I mean, they can do anything, and it's quite exciting and fascinating and intimidating.
We were saving a seat for you.
Well, Katie did her second voice today. Your name is the network executive.
The way I came up with Bender was three things. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Slim Pickens from Blazing Saddles. What the hell in the wide world of storms is going on? Then there's every drunk and in bar that you don't have to talk to. Hammered and he loves it. I love you so much. Shut up! I always talk about that. And then there was my friend and I, we used to have this character named Charlie the Sausage Lover. And he sausage friend, have one home, give me all kinds of sausages, Italian sausage, French sausage, Dutch sausage, Germans have worst and good sausages, all kinds of worsted, all kinds of things. If you put them all together, you get better.
Probably when I was around 25, I used for Fry. Because I used to talk like this. You know, and I had a plain vanilla voice and I didn't know what to do with it, but I sang in bands and everything. And then I started screwing around with voices and people actually liked that music, so I was getting an indication of what was coming. And let's see, Professor, he's just like, you know, that rickety old wizard like character, you know, like Burgess Meredith or something like that, you know. To open rock. He's a wrecking machine. It'll wreck you to tomorrow. And that was added to like the rickety wizard thing. And I used to actually physically shake because he was 147 years old. Good news, everyone.
This is like a picture of that.
Zoidberg's a good story. There was a character actor, and he came out of Yiddish theater, and his name was Luigi Colby. And he played like deli owners. He was in Everything You Wanted to Know About Sex by Woody Allen. I'm going back a ways. But he had this way, like, when he was the deli owner, he said, I want you to eat this cheese because I care about what you eat. And you. And then there was this marble-mouthed vaudevillian named George Jessel. And he had all kinds of things going on. And he would do an act on stage, and I'd have his telephone, and he'd be pantomiming calling his mother from show business. You know, he'd say, Hello, Mama. Is your son George? From the money each week? And so he combined the both of them, and it turned into, Young lady, bring me a sandwich from the dumpster. And leave the maggots on it. Zap Brannigan.
They love Zap, man. They love them some Zap.
I gotta tell you that I had a radio background, and just as I was coming in, all the big dumb dinosaurs were exiting the business. You know, those guys who carry their balls in a wheelbarrow. And they let the sound of their own voice far away above everything else in the world. They even loved their own voice so much they wouldn't give birth to it, and then it had to have a big suffix on the end of it. Coming to the Worcester Centrum. They called them pukers. And so Zap was kind of that. And I know that Phil Harden was going to be right? He called me up when I still lived in New York. He called me up one day out of the blue and just wanted to say hi. And I was like, I knew enough people, I knew them all, I know enough people to pull an elaborate joke like that. He says, no, it's me. I'm just going to do a take and I'll be back. And he said, I'll give you my number, and nobody called. And I got the number, and there he was. And he said, you have to come out to Hollywood. You know, there's so much more for you out here. You're great on Stern, but, you know. And I said, well, you know, I need something to get acclimated. And he says, I'll help you any way I can. And I was like, I kind of know who you are, too, you know. And he loved, we talked, and we shared this love of big, dumb announcers from the 40s and the 50s. And, you know, chime time, 5:15 on the downside of 5. And he loved those old television announcers like, you know, hello, I'm Walter Wilson. You know, and it was really, everything was projected and big and ego. And so Zap was, that's kind of what happened. We got to thinking of those characters from the same place.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap doubly just for you.
Reverend Zap is Kif. Matt worked very closely with me on Kif because we knew we had to have, as a counterpoint to Zap, who was, the log line on him was, forget Captain Kirk, what if William Shatner were commanding me? And Matt said, we want this guy Kif to be just like Leonard Nimoy, totally fed up. And we've all had that boss that, you know, we know we're actually smarter than him, but there's nothing we can do about it. We're helpless. So he said, I wanted to have helplessness. I remember he said that. He said, I wanted to have sort of John Lovitz's sort of snarkiness, and I did John Lovitz as the character. Oh, Zap, oh, the crew doesn't care for velour the way you do. He said, yeah, that sounds too. He said, he needs to be weaker, and then he said, what about if you threw in Truman Capote? And so he became, oh, sir. Seems the rest of the crew doesn't share your passion for the velour. And then he follows him up the ladder and goes, oh, jeez. And I met him, simply imagining Billy's package, and other voices have come on.
Like, give us a little Morbo.
Yeah, Morbo are completely different voices. Explain further? Maybe not. No, they are. Morbo, actually, you were the first Morbo, weren't you?
I don't remember.
I think you did McLaughlin.
I remember recording, but I don't recall doing
You did
that.
McLaughlin before, and then they said...
Senator, I told you over and over again that I don't recall that situation. I was thinking
What do you have to say about it? The proof is here.
sir, you're making me feel like a little tortoise with my dad's suit on. He looks like a 10-year-old with his dad's suit.
More
What else is in the news? So anyway, we just say that we wanted to sound more alien. I had already done Lur in one episode, and then they said, well, what about something like Lur? So I kind of went, well, Lur speaks like this, so Morbo should have better diction because he's a newsreader. And that's the difference. And when the dog box class, I just have to send a shout out. I was on a show called Animaniacs. So there was this thing called the Good Feathers, and I wanted to play either the Joe Pesci part or the Robert De Niro part. I didn't get either. I got the Ray Liotta part. So when it came time to do the Robot Mafia, I have to give a shout out to my friend John Mariano because I basically lifted his Robert De Niro for the Donbot. Here's a little something for your trouble. It's money. And the guy named Chick Panero did the best Joe Pesci. So Joe Pesci was like, "You want the clams? You want us to give the clams? I got the clams!" So I stole
getting
Look, my
time, but I want
program
to
to be very, very busy right now.
And the Futurama, you'll watch it, you can unwatch it. Stay tuned for more Tales of Interest. He's simply counting on doing his first voiceover job.
I want to add one more thing about the Morbo voice. Is when Maurice first did it, we went in the editing room and I said, you know what, to make it more alien, let's electronically turn the pitch down to below the frequency of a human voice. So we did that. And then Maurice saw it when the first episode started coming back, and he just lowered his voice down to that spot, and now we don't lower the pitch.
That's who he is, lower. And humans can't speak.
Can I remind you, you did the creepiest voice I ever heard in my life for what was this floating brain that was... It was a brain dead voice.
Pathetic human race. Compiling your knowledge simply made it easier for us to absorb.
I was just doing it, imitating something I heard done electronically.
It gave me the creeps, I swear.
Your holy ball guy is pretty.
What was he?
He's almost like Jack.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh, it's the ball of light.
This is amazing, yeah. We don't get a lot of uses, but Billy can make multiple frequencies that come out of his voice at the same time.
Someday you'll want to be with me. Maybe my phone will ring.
Billy will torture us in the recording studio because we'll hear like an electronic buzz or some kind of technical error going on, and the engineers will be rewiring everything, and then it's Billy, they're going...